So do you remember Dr. Biebesheimer?
Yeah, fuck
Oh
yeah,
my god, dude. We had to do the like warm up things. It was like
Yeah.
do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And then it was like back down. I don't remember what it was, but la, 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 fa, 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 ma. Dr. Biebesheimer.
I remember we played some game in her class where she had this big top thing. Do you remember this? And she'd spin it and it'd land on something and we'd have to do something. I don't remember what it was.
Like some sort of musical related task or something?
Something like
We had to
that.
hit some sort of high note.
I don't remember exactly what it was. It was some shit like that.
Then you gotta be the tenor. This was like second grade or some shit?
Yeah,
Like,
I think we had it third kindergarten, second grade.
Kindergarten, second grade. Dr. Biebesheimer, music class, brother.
I wonder if she still teaches.
She didn't. No. I think she retired before we got out of school. I think so, before we graduated.
No.
Episode 43, welcome back. Family and friends.
I thought you said 44.
Really? No. I think I said 44 checked. And I was like, no, 43.
Oh.
But just in case. Yeah, 43. We're good.
Nice, 43.
43. What's going on, Sam?
Dylan.
Yo. So, today's Sunday. We're recording this on Sunday. Took my M-Kitty 2 days ago on Friday. The MCAT, the Medical College Admissions Test. Took my 7-hour-long test I've been studying for the past 3.5 months.
So did it live up to expectation?
Honestly, I was expecting to go in and not literally, but kind of like it be so strict that like have a gun to your head the whole time.
Yeah.
But it was pretty fucking laid back and chill.
Really?
They're
It's like, here, take the test.
They're like, here, you can book whatever. You need help, just let me know. No, but they like, it was like a little cubby that I would go in, and they gave me headphones,
They take your phone?
When you come in, you're supposed to show it to them and turn it off, but I just left it in my truck. That's what they kind of recommend. They say, leave it in your truck or have it turned off when you come in. I'm like,
So you just don't have to worry about it?
yeah. But they gave me some like noise canceling little earbuds to put in. Boom.
Oh, nice.
And sit down, take a section, hour and 30 minutes, 10-minute break, hour and 30 minutes, 30-minute break, hour and 30 minutes, 10-minute break, hour and 30 minutes, I'm gone. So I took 6 practice tests. So I pretty much emulated it 6 different times. And I would say the actual test compared to the practice test was about as hard as the hardest practice test I took. It wasn't any harder, like I didn't go in and was like, damn, I was not expecting that, but I went in and I was like,
It was difficult.
it was difficult.
It was probably also more difficult because you were actually taking the test, and when you're doing the practice part, you're like, oh, this is just practice.
Yeah.
So it's a different mindset.
I'm here during the practice test
Right, you're
and
more
the
comfortable.
environment, and I was anxious a little bit when I started it. I was
Yeah.
kind of nervous. Had to take some deep breaths. Did a bunch of meditating the night before. I took it in Memphis. I stayed in Memphis at a hotel.
Thursday night?
Yeah, just sat in the hotel room and just kind of meditated a little bit. Lit some candles and drew a Satan circle. And no, I'm just kidding. But it was tough. But at this point, I'm just glad it's fucking over. Cause like I don't have to study for shit anymore. I can relax. The only bad part is I have to wait a month until I know what I made on it. So
that sucks. Why is it a month?
I have no idea. It's on the computer. It's a test on the computer.
They do it on the computer?
It's on a computer. It's on a
Okay, then
desktop.
it should give you your results immediately.
That's what I'm thinking. But the
It
test,
should be like, you made of this.
it's curved. So like
What do you mean it has a curve?
everybody that took it that day. So it's broken
They go by
down.
the day?
The 4 sections, you can score up to a 1. What can you score up to? Maybe like a 132 in them. Does that add up to? Yeah, that adds up to 528. So you can score up to a 132 down to like a 115, I think. And so each of the sections, some of the questions are worth more points than other questions. And some of the sections themselves have more questions and are worth more in the overall test than other sections. So they take your test and break that down, grade each section, and then they add those together, combine that up, and once they've graded everybody's sections and shit, they look at all of them on a curve pretty much.
Like a bell curve?
Yeah, and just see kind of where it's at, what happened, and they curve it no matter what, but depending on how the test was and how it goes for everybody is how hard the curve will be.
So somebody will make a perfect score that didn't get the question right because of whoever sets the curve, probably?
Maybe. I don't really know how a curve works, to be honest with you.
Well, and how it works on regular tests, as far as I know, is like, let's say the highest question or the highest person made a 94. I think they curve it up so that person made 100, and everybody else goes up 6 points. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah,
That's how
I
it's
think
been in the past.
there are so many people every test that get, I think, a perfect score. I mean, you can get a perfect score. It's not impossible.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not sure if they curve all
You can get a
sections
perfect
together.
score and miss questions.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
But they might curve each section and then add that up, or curve all of the sections together.
So
but I'm just
everybody from that
not
day
really
is
sure.
taking the same test.
I don't think. See, that's a good question. I don't know if it's.
They have to be. If there's a curve, they have to be taking the same test.
I would assume so. They give one every like 4 or 5 days, and I don't know if they're all the same test. I don't assume that they're all the same test. It might be the same questions in a different order or something like that. But
if you're in your own little thing, you can't cheat. So
no, you can't. There's no way. And they had like, one of us was here, 4 seats. Another one was here, and there was like a cubby, so it was all the way out to here.
right.
You have to raise your hand. Somebody comes sign you out of your computer. It shut off.
The GoPro shut off. Sorry, that's
Why
why.
does
That's why
that?
it skipped.
Why does it do that?
I have no idea.
I don't
Couldn't
either.
tell you.
Let's make sure this is still going. Dude.
So one thing that you said that I thought was interesting that they gave you earbuds.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's never happened to me at a test.
They were like, they weren't like, it was just like little pieces of foam, pretty much.
Still
Just
that
kind of
helps.
shove them in here. Oh yeah, for sure.
When I'm
helps.
taking a test, if
Definitely.
I'm focusing on something, and I hear somebody cough, I immediately start thinking about that
Mhm.
cough and just lose focus
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah, it was.
So
It
that
really
would
helped a
help.
lot. They really. The only problem was they weren't like, they were just kind of mushy. So you put it in there, and if you didn't get it in right, it would kind of move a little bit, and I kind of hear it moving in my ear. But I mean, that wasn't really too much of a disturbance.
So it sucks we can't turn our ears off.
Wouldn't that be cool?
We can shut our eyes. You can stop talking and close your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You can breathe in through your mouth and not have to smell things. So, is that the only sense that you can? I guess you can't stop from touch. Like if you can quit touching something,
You can quit touching something, yeah.
you can't stop hearing things.
Yeah, if there's a sound going, you can't just
You can't just not hear.
squeeze your ear canal closed. It's kind of crazy.
That sucks.
It's the only one you can't turn off
It's probably because
or can't stop.
we don't
doing
need
it,
to turn
I
it
guess.
off. Because before, like if there was danger, we would
Yeah, you
hear
would
it.
never want
We would
it,
hear
yeah.
it before we saw it or smelled it.
Yes.
Most likely.
Because hearing, I guess, for the most part, is not really a danger in itself, but what comes from the hearing could be a danger.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Gotta wait a month, find my score. They send it to the colleges. Just gotta finish my application. send it
So
in.
it probably takes a month because they have to do the curve and grade everybody's thing
Yeah.
to each other. They have to grade it.
Mhm.
Everybody's. How would you say that? They have to grade everybody's against each other, I guess,
Yeah.
and see what everybody made.
Mhm.
So that's probably what it takes a month.
And we gotta shoot them out to every fucking school that everybody wanted them to send them to. Which takes a long time, I'm sure. So that might get it earlier or later, depending on where they started, like the line or something like that.
Arkansas, they'll start today. They might help.
Yeah, or they might go by name, which last name F, so I'm kind of
That's
up at the
nice.
top anyway. So
My shit's always been back.
Thompson.
Always.
Imagine having like a Z last name. Is there even people with Z last names?
We had a teacher named Miss Sitzelberger. Speaking of teachers.
Sitzenberger. Zimmerman. Ryan Zimmerman.
Zimmerman.
I need a picture. Yeah,
That was
I don't really. People kind of ask me like, how do you feel about it? Felt pretty fucking bad. But I mean, I felt bad on some of my practice tests, and I did pretty decent. So I'm hoping the feeling bad was just the fact that I was in a new environment, and it was the actual thing. So I was just like more pent up nerves. Because you're not gonna go through, and you're not gonna know every question. You're not supposed to.
right.
And it's kind of, I thought it might be kind of like the ACT. If you go through and you get them all right, they're like, no, that's not good. But I Googled it, and they're like, if you get a perfect score, you got a perfect score. So it's a lot easier to cheat
That's
on the
crazy.
ACT than it is
Isn't
in
that
Dev.
insane that if you make like a 35 or 36 on the ACT, they'll make you retake it?
Yeah, they're like, that's bullshit.
And like if you don't get I don't know exactly how they do it, but it's something like if you say you make a 35 and you don't make a 32 or above, the next time you take it, they take away your
They
35.
null it.
It's bullshit.
That is bullshit.
It'd be cool to cheat, but it'd be hard.
I took the ACT 7 times.
Oh my God.
I made a 21, 22, 22, 24, 26, 27, 27, and then stopped.
Did you take any ACT prep classes in between
No.
them? You should have.
Probably should
I
have.
think everybody should. If you're watching this in high school, take the ACT prep class.
Yeah. I took my first one in 9th grade to get a feel of it. Didn't
Yeah.
study or anything for it, and I made a 21. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna keep doing it. And I made I was planning on going to U of A, so I took it a bunch of times because U of A takes a super score, so your best section out of each one,
Yeah.
you put it together, and so I was like, oh, my super score is only 28, so I wouldn't go up too much. But that was, and what pisses me off too, and it, at the time, I wish I would have been thinking about it, but I would have gotten, so when I went to U of A, I got $7,000 in scholarships.
Yeah.
Lost them after the first semester. But if I would have gone to ASU, I would have gotten $27,000.
Okay, yeah, that was stupid.
I was like, I'm going to U of A, man. I'm going. I'm fucking frat, dog. We gotta go to U of A because I'm frat.
And then you came back here.
Went to U of A after, on every weekend I was back here. Just fucking transferred after my first semester. So
That was awesome.
I dropped not only the ball, but the dick, the sack. I dropped it all, dude.
Dude, one time I went to Fayetteville and stayed at your dorm or whatever it was with Blaine and Blake, and you were here.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, you
Dude, I was
weren't
gone
there.
every weekend. I wish I would have. Well, I don't wish I would have, but it would have been interesting to have gone out more and kind of.
Yeah.
I did a lot of stuff, but not like community stuff. I just kind of fucked around with Blaine and Blake a lot. Hung out with Broadway all the time. Broadway's in Houston, not in Houston. What am I saying? Broadway's in Austin now. Lives in Austin too.
Oh, he moved there finally?
He's working with some. I don't know what the fuck he's doing honestly, but he's working at some corporation.
He's coding, right?
Yeah, coding. He does like, what do you call it? Backdoor coding or something like that behind the. I don't know what it is, but he
That
fucking.
means absolutely nothing to me. I have no idea what coding even is.
I honestly don't know either, but I think it'd be kind of cool to learn,
Probably.
but it would be fucking hard to learn
Yeah.
because it's just like enter shit happens. So
Yeah, I don't even know where to start. I mean, it'd probably be nice if someone taught it to you. Probably wouldn't be that difficult, but it seems like something would be really difficult.
yeah, that's something that he went to a school for it, so I feel like that's pretty much what you have to do. It'd be hard to teach yourself to do it unless you're like some sort of prodigy, and if you're a prodigy, then you've already made your websites and stuff.
So do you think you could teach yourself how to code just from like the internet, Google and shit?
I bet I could, but I bet I wouldn't. I don't know. I feel like you would fuck up a lot more, but you would learn from that. But you would. I feel like the basics would probably be something that somebody would need to teach you, and then because then if you don't get the basics right, then you're not gonna learn how to code. And if you're trying to do it on Google or YouTube, somebody might be teaching you the wrong shit. So somebody that knows how to do it maybe teach you the foundations of it, and then you can kind of build off that by yourself. Build your own websites, take your own paths with it.
The problem with learning from the internet is it's a lot harder to Google a specific question.
Yep.
If you just ask someone that knows how to code, like, hey, how do you do this specifically, they can just give you an answer. But on the internet, that's just hard to find sometimes.
Dude, if you type in a specific question and look for a specific answer,
It's hard.
it'll just give you like everything around it.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Pisses me off.
We need a search engine that you can search and ask a specific question for, and it'll go through websites and find the right answer.
Yeah.
That would be sick as fuck.
All it does is just pull up the websites for you.
Yeah, just
Here
like
you go.
here.
Here's all the websites that might work.
Here's all the websites that have to do with coding. Good luck. Good luck sifting
Good
through all this
fucking
shit.
luck. If you can't code already, there's no way you're gonna find what you need to know anyway.
So we need Tyler to make us a search engine that pulls answers instead, so you can just Google, it'll just give you an answer. How old's your blah? I won't give you a website, just tell you.
Bro, you hear that?
Google does do that with some things, like it'll just give you an answer. But
Yeah.
if it's something,
How old is James Franco?
it'll give you.
It'll give you that.
Yeah, but nothing like deeper than that.
If you no, definitely not. Speaking of that, I was asking Rachel earlier if she had seen the original Spider-Man because a commercial came on with the Tom Holland dude, and I started talking about Peter Parker. And I was like, "Have you seen the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire?" She was like, "I don't know." I was like, "Oh my fucking god!" And I was like, it's got James Franco in it. He's the Green Goblin. And she's like, I don't know. I was like, "You're so fucking lucky." But I was thinking, I was like, James Franco and Dave Franco, and we started talking about Dave Franco. I was like, could you imagine being famous, and then not only being famous, but having a brother that's famous too?
No, that'd be weird.
It'd be weird, but I think it'd be cool as fuck. But I was reading.
Go through the same shit.
Oh yeah.
Being famous.
I was reading about him, and Dave Franco was like, yeah. He's like, I kind of try and distance myself from him because people think that we're brothers, we're going to be alike. But honestly, he said their acting, the way they go about movies and stuff, the way they like things done and stuff like that is like completely different. So they don't really work together too much on things like that because they would clash heads.
Oh,
And it would
interesting.
suck dick clashing heads with your famous brother
Yeah, definitely.
in a movie that you wanted to make. Who you like better, Dave Franco or James Franco? How many movies have you seen with Dave Franco in it?
He's in Neighbors. I don't know, a few probably.
Now You See Me, you seen those?
Yeah, I've seen all the Now You See Me, yeah. So I don't know, I like both of them. Probably, I don't know, it's hard.
I like Franco better just because.
What? You just said Franco.
Yeah, I can't pick. No, I'm just kidding. I like James Franco better because of Pineapple Express. That's it. Just the role he played in Pineapple Express, dude.
I think I like him better because of those sexual allegations he had.
See, I heard a little bit about that, but I didn't hear too much about it.
That was it. That's all I know. He had some allegations against. I don't know anything.
It must not have been too extreme because you don't know anything more about it. Either that or you got him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, there's so many people like that. Drake Bell was recently.
Yeah, I saw that.
I watched a clip of him in court, in virtual court, and it was weird.
Virtual court.
He was wearing a suit, probably wasn't wearing pants.
I wouldn't be wearing fucking pants. Stood up to walk away and just asked.
That was weird. Quit touching girls.
Without consent.
Yeah.
Underage.
Yeah, I'm definitely not underage.
Definitely don't do that, dude. That'd be fucking crazy. I was speaking of touching girls underage.
I went to the middle school the other day.
That was middle school dances we were talking about in the last episode. I got some nostalgia going on. I had to pop back in, see what was going on. Anyway, we're gonna have to cut that last 20 seconds out there.
No, we're not.
No, definitely. I'm not cutting
anything.
shit. I'm not cutting shit. But hey, darling.
Hello.
But I was thinking the other day. So we've talked before, and I've got a girlfriend, pretty serious. Probably end up marrying her, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
He's only saying that because she's right there.
But you ever gonna get married? You ever think you'll get married? I know you're not in love right now. You're not having your eye on anybody.
Not with anybody. I'm single. I'm not opposed to it. I don't guess.
It's interesting to me, people that.
But I'm also
just gonna be solo.
I think really.
It's interesting. I don't think it's weird, but it's just like okay.
I think it's kind of
It's
weird.
a different mindset. Well, it depends
Yeah,
if you're gonna be like, because you don't want to say I'm gonna be alone, because then it's like, oh, that motherfucker's gonna be alone. It's like, nah, I'm just gonna ride solo. I'm just gonna fly through here, and see what happens.
I definitely don't have that plan. It's all about other people.
Just whatever happens.
If I find a girl that I like a lot, that'd be cool.
If that happens, would you ever be willing to have kids?
Oh, that's difficult. I don't know. The kids would be fucking difficult.
'Cause the problem with that is a girl's probably gonna want kids, unless you. The majority of women want kids.
I don't
Because
really.
it's in their nature to nurture.
I think I definitely don't particularly want them, especially not right now. But I think if it were to be an accident, I think that would be like I could do it.
Yeah.
A lot of people do it. They're stupid, bro. There's a lot of stupid people who end up being parents.
I agree.
So I feel like if they can do it, I can definitely do it. But my biggest problem would be cleaning up after them, dude. That shit grosses me out.
Yeah.
What about you?
See, I think let me say that again. The idea of being a dad is cool, but the good parts of it would be cool. But the disciplining, like you said, cleaning up after them,
All that
not
stuff.
getting mad when they piss you off.
See, I'm gonna
How would I do
get
that?
furious, dude. I already know. I'm gonna get furious.
I just listened to a Rogan podcast. He had this guy named Jason Williams on there, and he's like some sort of. So he's a Taekwondo instructor, I think, and he instructs like young boys, like 6 to 13 or 12 or something like that. And the whole thing was just about like how to be a good father, how to be a good role model and shit, and one of the parts was he was talking about how he had to teach himself to not get angry at his kids whenever they did something wrong. And he said he also had to try to make sure that not everything was a teaching moment. He's like, I just sometimes just be with your kids. And he's like, I don't have to like tell them about everything or make sure that they know everything. Sometimes we can just fuck around and do some cool shit. It was a really insightful episode. And it kind of made me think like of everything else that was involved with being a parent. And I was kind of like, that sounds kind of cool, because whenever you become a parent, you're like, all right, at this point, I've got to be the best version of myself.
Yeah.
And to put that into my child. And I think having a kid would be better, you know?
Oh,
Which
yeah,
I'm not
for sure.
bad. I haven't killed too many people recently, but
But still,
the
I feel like
mindset,
I would
I
have
think.
such high expectations for my kids because I would want them to be better than me in every facet.
Yeah.
Everything.
But
And that's I feel like with most people.
a lot of the things is you can't. He was talking about this too. You can't push them in the direction that you think that they should go. You have to let them find it and and like not encourage, but support them in the way that they decide to go. So
You can't just force them to go.
yeah.
Makes
It's
sense.
he's got. Let me try that again. He's wrote a book, and I really want to read it. I don't know when I'll read it, but it's called Cry Like a Man, and it's really good. It's about like fathers' emotions and stuff like that, and coming to terms with everything, and how men are like supposed to be masculine at all times, and how that's not really possible. Like sometimes you gotta release emotions. And then he released another one called Battle Cry, that is kind of like. So he described it as the first book, Cry Like a Man, is like principles and stuff to like principles, I guess, to kind of try and emulate, to try and just kind of replicate. And then the Battle Cry book that he let out, he said, was how to apply those in everyday life. So it takes, I think, the concepts from the first book and like puts them in applicable situations in the second book. So I definitely recommend that if you are a parent now or want to be a parent at some point or want to be a better person. Fuck you. I'm just kidding.
So what do you think about discipline? Because some parents are like super strict, some don't care at all. Like, where would you fall on that?
I think it would obviously depend on my values and what I thought was right and wrong, but
That's what I'm asking you.
yeah, nothing's wrong. But
Do whatever the fuck you want.
I think it'd almost be more like, instead of getting onto them, just try and make a teaching moment out of it. But it depends on the level of fuckery, whether or not I yell. But I'm gonna try and not yell ever, really.
I got yelled at a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
I think it helped some.
I think my mom yelled at me more. No, that's what my mom doesn't yell at me. I think my mom was stern with me more so, but my dad would kind of, I guess yell, but not really anything extreme. But I never really got in trouble growing up as a kid unless I just really did something fucking stupid. Like in second grade, let me tell you about this. We did something really fucking stupid. We were on a field trip, and I was hanging out with some people that aren't in very good places right now in their life. So it's a good thing I got in trouble. But we were on this little platform above the road, and we thought...
What road? What are you talking about?
We were in Pocahontas, and you know, you come into Pocahontas, and you go through the lot right there by Old Rancho Bravo, I don't know what it's called. You get to the next lot over there by the park, and you go left up the hill right there.
Yeah.
On the side, there's the little walkway up the stairs there. We were standing there in line, waiting to get on the bus or some dumb shit like that. We thought it'd be a good idea to just start spitting on cars as they were coming through. And there was a parked one down there, so we were like, easy, catch me. Just started unloading on it. Teacher saw us, obviously. Got back to school, and remember we had the ribbon system? You pull ribbons?
Oh, yeah. Dude.
All my ribbons at the same time just pulled out of there. I was just like... So I had to go to the principal's office. I get to the principal's office, and my dad's there. And he told the principal, who was the principal? Mr. Carter?
Yeah, we were in second grade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Carter. Shout out Sean.
Shout out Sean.
He's a cool dude.
He is a cool dude. He was like, John, what do we need to do? My dad looked at him. He's like, let me handle this. Dude took me home, pants down, bare ass, pulled out the leather belt, just wham! I can't remember how many times it was. Maybe 3, maybe. And I just remember the first one because I'm pretty sure I just like died on the second 2. But I remember laying there on the bed holding my ass like. And then I got up after a lot of crying, walked out. He was sitting in the living room. Sat down. And he was like, "I tell you what you did wrong." And he told me about it, and I was like, "You're right. He said, "You're going to be hanging out with that boy anymore, and trust me." And I was like, "Trust you, fuck you," but I'll stop doing it. Thank God I stopped hanging out with him now, because...
Was it the last time you got your ass beat?
You know, I think it was. It was, actually, yeah. That was the last time.
I stopped getting spanked at like a really young age, probably like 6 or 7. And I never got spanked again after that. But it was because my dad beat the living fuck out of me from like 4 to 7. So anytime after that, I just knew if he wasn't around, I knew to like just not do shit that I would get in trouble for because I would get the shit beat out of me.
He'll come around.
And when I was around him, all it took was a look. He would just go, And I'd immediately just go, stop exactly what I was doing, do
dude.
something else.
My dad used to thump me in the back of the head. What the fuck? What are you doing? He's like, don't fucking say that. Like, hey, what the fuck you doing, my bitch? Dude.
My dad's told me a lot of stories I don't even remember about, like, throwing away all my Halloween candy and shit like that just for stupid little shit. Like, he's an asshole, man. He was a cocksucker.
Hey, look at you now, though.
And look at me now.
He needed to beat the shit out of you more.
Probably should have done that more often.
Yeah, right. Well, that's whatever. But that's kind of not beating the shit out of my kid, but getting to see like what I create. Hopefully, something good. But putting all my effort into this one thing to, or however many fucking kids I have. I don't know. I was thinking maybe 2,
But sometimes pushing your kid, like my dad with baseball in particular, pushed me a lot, and I didn't like it at the time, but now I'm thinking for it.
Yeah.
So
see, that's kind of how my dad was.
you gotta
too.
have like a.
I
balance and stuff.
played baseball for a really long time when I was young, and what I really appreciated was whenever high school came around, I was like, I don't really want to play baseball anymore. And he was like, okay, that's cool. I had been from 8 years old to like whenever you go into high school baseball, however long that is, ninth grade or something like that. So it'd been like 7 years or something. That travel ball around and shit like that. Spending all this money on baseball for me, and then I was like, I don't really want to do it at another level now. And he was like, okay.
You should have. That should have been fun.
I honestly, at this point, I wish I would have. I wish I would have played football too, but I couldn't have done all 3. Couldn't play basketball, football,
You
and
can
baseball.
too. I mean, you can.
I don't think I would have wanted to.
It's a
Can
lot.
you though?
Oh yeah, you can.
I thought you couldn't.
The football season starts right when the football season ends right when the basketball season starts. Basketball season ends right when the baseball season
You
starts.
can't play tennis and
So
something.
you can play
else.
all 3 of those. You can play all 3 major sports.
I don't think you can play tennis and football. Maybe. I know you can play tennis and basketball.
Yeah, tennis
'cause
is right now.
Jared
So
Corey
tennis
did
and
it.
football are at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta. I'm ready to have a son and to put a baseball, a basketball, and a football out in front of him. Whichever one he crawls towards, that's what we're gonna start practicing.
What if he like picks all those up, throws them, turns around, and starts playing the piano?
Then he's about to start playing the shit out of that piano. He's gonna play the piano. He's gonna play the guitar. He's gonna play the triangle.
That'd be cool. That's what I want to do with if I have a kid is to make him well-rounded.
Yeah.
So like not just be sports, but also do music and shit like that. I think
Being
that'd be
able to
cool.
play an instrument, neuroplasticity.
I'd like to learn language, so in case I have a kid, I can teach them a second language.
That's
That would be sick
neuroplasticity
as
too,
fuck.
dude. That's one of the things I want to do over the next couple months is try and learn a little bit.
We should try and learn one. That'd be sick.
I'll probably learn some
There's
Spanish.
another mom.
Ugh.
I just don't like Spanish though because we took it in high school and that shit sucked.
I know, but it's so prominent.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound as cool as like French or something.
Well, no, nothing. Russian would be the coolest one. You scream the whole time. Einstein!
Dostoevsky.
People are like, what the fuck? Is this guy mad? Like, I love you.
That's what they say about Mandarin, and it always sounds like they're arguing every time they speak to each other.
Dude, Mandarin would be cool. I've got a list actually.
You got a list?
I've got a list of languages
yeah.
I want to learn: Spanish, French, and Mandarin.
Yeah, nice.
That's the 3.
Mandarin would be sick though.
Mandarin, I feel like would be the hardest.
There's a guy on YouTube, a regular looking white guy, but he went to college in Beijing and learned Chinese while he was there.
Went to college in Beijing. Wow,
I have no idea, but he did. He just wanted to.
cool. Enough.
And so he learned Chinese while he was there, learned Mandarin, and he also learned Cantonese. And all the Chinese restaurants here are, which is like I think Taiwan maybe. And there's like a region of China where they speak Cantonese and Mandarin, and so the rest of the people in China don't know Cantonese, but this kid knows some Cantonese, and all the people that work at Chinese restaurants here speak Cantonese. So he'd walk into a Chinese restaurant and be like, he'd start speaking in English to them, and he'd talk to them for a minute, and they'd, just be like, whatever, like, what do you want, kind of stuff. And then he'd start talking to them in Mandarin, and they'd be like, holy shit, you know Mandarin, what the fuck? And he'd talk to them in Mandarin for a minute, and then he'd start speaking to them in Cantonese, and they would flip the fuck out.
Imagine, dude.
They're like, how the hell do you know our language?
What do you want? What do you want? Who are you?
Yeah, they start freaking out. It's
So,
crazy.
Cantonese, they don't speak Mandarin in the.
They do speak Mandarin, but Cantonese is a different. It's like Mandarin, it's similar, but it's a little bit different. It's just specific to one little region
Oh,
in
okay.
China.
John Cena speaks fluent Mandarin.
Really,
Yeah.
of all people.
There was some sort of, I don't know much about it, but I've never seen him before, but he he had to give some apology for he did something, I don't remember what he said or anything, but he gave the apology in fluent Mandarin because he disrespected China in some form or fashion.
Do you think he learned Mandarin just to be able to do that?
Yeah, I think he spoke it way too fluently to have just like
Okay, so
learned
he-
it over the couple weeks
Yeah,
that
to
this
know.
happened. So
But
I think he
maybe
had
maybe
already
if
known
he
it.
wouldn't have learned Mandarin in the first place, he wouldn't have upset people in China.
That's true. This is what you get for learning Mandarin, dude. It would be so. Learning a new language increases your neuroplasticity. It makes more connections in your brain, so your brain works more efficiently. And
that's cool.
it kind of like it works like it can work in like I guess more efficiently in a more efficient way. I don't want to say a different way but it things. I don't know much about the brain either, so I'm spewing bullshit here. But neuroplasticity is where your brain kind of not moves around, but shifts around in different ways, and you have new neural synapses that come together when you learn a new language or like when you play an instrument. And so, what instrument would you want to learn? We were talking about those a minute ago. I meant to ask you that.
I have a harmonica and I learned a couple songs on it.
Oh, that would be cool, dude.
It'd be cool to be like really know how to play it. I don't know how. Like right now, I learned those songs in like a week, and now I couldn't. If I picked it up now, I wouldn't be able to do it. But learning the piano would be fun. But I think the number one instrument I want to know is the fucking violin, bro. Violins are so
Rachel's
cool.
sister can play the violin.
Yeah, that would be sick. Will she teach me?
Probably not. She lives in New York.
Oh, they're so beautiful, dude. They sound so good.
Put it right up here. Oh, you should play the harp. Learn how to play the harp.
That'd be
Like that?
That'd be an odd instrument to know, but it'd be cool.
They'd be like going to a party and you'd be like, I gotta play an instrument. Y'all ready to rock the fuck out? And you wheel your harp in. I sit down.
What instrument would you pick?
I got a guitar in there. I bought it to learn it. That's what I'm about to start doing. I bought it like a year ago and I've played it every so often, but I'm really gonna get into it here pretty soon because I don't have to study or anything. I gotta find ways to spend time at this point. I don't have to study, so I don't know what to do myself.
Might as well study other things.
Try and shred the fuck out and slash. That's what I'm shooting for.
That'd be cool as fuck. Knowing an instrument would be cool.
Oh yeah.
I'm terrible at it though. Every instrument I've ever tried to play, I suck at.
I have a electric lead and then I have a bass guitar also. So you want to learn bass?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Got a bass too. It's the only two instruments I got though. But I love guitar solos so much, dude.
Yeah, they're cool.
I'll never be able to like probably play a guitar solo or anything, but like.
You might as well try.
I mean, that's what I'm shooting for. I'm shooting to be able to like just do my own. But dude, listening to Eric Clapton play, and especially these blues songs that I have,
Cold Cane.
oh my god, it's just like melting.
Yeah, it does sound sick.
And if you don't appreciate Eric Clapton on the guitar, who the fuck are you? You don't know music.
What are you doing with your life?
And quit, Daisy, damn it! Trying to do a podcast, can you not tell? She's like, wait, what? You see her in the camera? Yeah, there she is right there. But if we do become musicians and start a band.
Yeah, we definitely have to start a band.
All right.
Let's start a band. What are we gonna name it?
Face Your Fears.
Face Your Fears band.
Face Your Fears the band. The Sam and Dylan band. We'd have to get transition tattoos, right?
Oh yeah, if we're gonna be musicians, we gotta get face tats.
Well,
You're not a real musician till you get a face
that's what I'm thinking. Like at least like 4 or 5 teardrops on each side.
Yeah.
No, but like let's get tattoos. Where would you get a tat?
I kind of want to get a leg sleeve, like actually.
But would
Not-
you immediately? I don't think you can get a leg like a sleeve at one time. But
No, it'd probably take like more than a day of tattooing.
would you? Do you already have the whole leg planned out, or
Oh no, I just want to get little tattoos and then fill it up as I go,
spot it in there?
so it wouldn't be something that I have
No
to plan
correlation
for.
or anything. No,
Yeah,
like one
I
big picture.
I
Out
just
of there.
want to start with one, and be like, all right, let me get the first one here, and then somebody gets the second one here, and then the third one here.
Just like different, like meaningful.
Yeah, it doesn't really have to be meaningful. Just
Oh,
something
yeah.
I like,
Just
something I
some
think is
dumb
cool.
shit.
Yeah, I don't think tattoos have to be meaningful. Why? Why do they have to be meaningful?
Because you see it all the time. What if you change your mind about that thing? Not necessarily meaningful, but like, yeah, I guess meaningful. Because it's.
I don't know. I don't think tattoos have to be meaningful. I
Well,
think
what unmeaningful tattoo would you
you could
get?
just get an art piece. It's art.
Well,
if you
yeah,
wanna
but
get-
I'm talking about like if you
It's
get
permanent art on your body. That's all it is. It's just art.
I guess any tattoo you get would be technically art.
Yeah. So you could get a tattoo that has something meaningful. That's cool. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm just saying that it doesn't have to be meaningful. If
But
just
would
wanna-
you get like the remote?
No.
No,
wouldn't.
it has no meaning.
You're right.
Right?
It could. That could mean that I'm in control of my own life.
Oh shit! Oh
I'm
my
gonna get a remote
god!
tattoo, bro.
That's actually legit. That's legit. Like, what the fuck? You got a remote? And you're like, let me control my own life, baby. That's what's up. And everybody's
See,
like,
there you go. Or you could take that as you can find meaning in anything. So
that's what I was about to say.
the point of having meaning?
I was about to say, just put meaning into something. What is the point in having meaning?
One thing that would suck about having a lot of tattoos, though, is people asking about them. Hey, why'd you get that one? What's that one for?
I don't know.
I just like remotes.
Kept losing the fucking remotes. I just tattooed it on my leg.
So where would you go? Where would you put them?
Oh, dude.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're not playing. Ball, right there.
Sorry, Dave.
It's over with. But what I want in all reality, this will never happen probably, but I want a left arm sleeve down to my wrist, up onto my shoulder, or up onto my chest, back onto my shoulder, and then on this arm I want what did I want? Was it let me look at myself in my mind real quick. Yeah, it's a forearm right here. Forearm onto the hand.
Oh, you want it onto your hand?
Onto the hand on this hand, because this is my writing hand. So if I was wearing long sleeves or something, you'd be like, you never would be able to see them, and then I'd go to write something, and you'd be able to see the tats on my hand. I think that's cool. And so, but I don't know what I would get at all. I have no idea.
See, you can just get art. You can get the Mona Lisa tattooed on you.
See, I have whenever I was like really into it, and I was like, oh, I'm about to get a fucking tattoo. I had like Greek gods and stuff. I was looking at a bunch of them, like, because at the time I was into like fitness and everything. So I still am, but not as hardcore as to get a Greek god tattooed on my arm at this point. But it would be cool also, I think, to get, just like you said, just piece it. That's probably what I would do over here, is piece this together. But I would probably want something right here on my arm.
Like all went together.
And then maybe like down here kind of fade into something else. And then something on my chest probably. I don't know what that would be either, but so much space to fill. Yeah. I don't know what to fill it with.
The Greek god thing would be cool. There's a statue of, I can't remember the person's name, but he's a demigod. He's not a god, but he's
Hercules.
Half human, half god. It's not Hercules.
No.
But one of the stories, his main story is that they kicked him out of their village for some reason or something like that. And because of something his mom did, and then they went to another village, and the king was like, bring me the head of Medusa. And his story is that he brought the head of Medusa back. And so there's a statue of him holding up the head of Medusa by her hair, by the snake.
I know what you're talking about.
That would be a cool ass statue.
Isn't that a movie?
I don't know, maybe.
It is. Clash of the Titans. What's that dude's name?
But there's a statue of it in real life of him holding it, and that would be a cool ass
Holding the head of Medusa?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, have you not seen that movie?
And he's got his eyes closed.
Yeah, you can't look.
If you look at it, even her severed head, if you look at it. So that's what he does. He goes and takes it. He that's how he gets revenge. He pulls it out in front of somebody that managed him or some shit like that, and closed his eyes so that they all died, and he didn't even put it back and left or something like that.
You haven't seen that movie?
I don't
Clash
know.
of the Titans?
I don't know.
Oh, dude, what is his name? He fights Medusa literally.
With his
He
eyes
uses
closed.
mirrors, like not mirrors, but reflections off of glass and stuff. Because medieval times don't have fucking mirrors, and then he at one point he turns and eyes closed and cuts her head off, bags her head up, and what he does in the movie, he doesn't get the person that excommunicated him or whatever. This is I'm pretty sure it's the Kraken that it's the Kraken for sure. He pulls it out and shows it to this massive fucking Kraken monster that comes out of the bottom of the ocean for some reason, godly, Zeus and stuff, and just solidifies the whole thing and saves his village. What is his name? I'm gonna have to look it up, dude.
Just look at the person that killed Medusa.
I will.
Greek mythology is cool. I love reading about that.
Oh, for sure, even if it's not real.
It's crazy that people used to believe that it was real. And that was a
Perseus.
It's the Greek guy that killed Medusa. If you didn't know that, now you do.
Son of Zeus. Isn't he? Isn't that right? I think it is, yeah. Dude, that is cool. Imagine you're talking shit about it one day, and then like Zeus just
smited us.
No, he just materialized in front of you. He's like, "What are you talking shit for, bro? You're talking all that shit." Somebody's getting killed.
I wouldn't believe it if that were to happen.
Even if you materialized out of nothing?
I would believe it.
Oh, you would? I thought you said you wouldn't.
No, fuck that.
Oh, for sure. I'd be like, what would you be like, all right, capital G's not real, lowercase g with S plural, That's what we're going with at this point. Did you start praying to Zeus?
I mean, you have to. If he said, "I'm Zeus,"
If he materialized right there.
If he said, "I'm Zeus, son of," Zeus had a dad. I can't remember what his name was. Sorry.
Did he?
Yeah. Zeus and Poseidon and all them, they're brothers and sisters.
Zeus, Poseidon, and
they killed their dad at one point, I think.
The dude in Hades. What was his name? What was his
I have
name?
no idea.
I don't either. What's up? I'm gonna have to Google that too. It was, what was the dude in the underworld's name? Was it Hades? No, that's not it.
I can't remember, dude. I have no idea.
Maybe it'll pull it up. Kronos.
Kronos was the dad.
Kronos. Zeus. What the fuck, dude? Zeus, Poseidon, and siblings. Oh yeah, Hades.
Oh,
That's his name. It's Hades, yeah.
Yeah,
I thought that was like a
Hades,
place.
god of the underworld.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. It says he has another sibling called Hestia,
I think there's a lot.
goddess of, how do you say hearth or hearth?
Earth, it looks
Earth, is that it? Earth
It
with
looks
an
like
H?
Earth with an H, yeah.
The right
What's up?
ordering of
Greek gods.
domesticity, the family, the home, and the state. That's probably why that wasn't in the movie. Goddess of domesticity. Domestication. Goddess of domestic violence. Dude, I would, tats though.
Oh yeah, we were talking about tabs.
That would be lit.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm trying to fill my leg up.
What?
I'm trying to fill my leg up.
I would too. But